What's up, Breeze Heat family? We are back with another banger. Look at this steak, egg, and cheese breakfast skillet on top of some beautiful, delicious breakfast potatoes with some bell peppers, y'all. When I tell you this is top two, and it's not two, I'm not playing with y'all. But if you're here, go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in following me on any other social media like Instagram or TikTok, I will have everything listed below. And I also send out recipe cards for some of my recipes in my newsletter. So if you want to get signed up, it's going to be in the beacons link below. But let's get into this recipe. All right, so I went ahead and washed off my red potatoes. Make sure you give them a really nice wash. And if you can see to the side, I do have some water boiling, getting nice and hot. What I'm going to do with these potatoes is just boil them for about 15 minutes, and then I'm going to finish them in the oven. I'm only doing this because I wanted to go by a little bit faster. If you want to do everything in the oven, totally up to you. I just wanted to go by a little bit faster. You know, sometimes when potatoes are not boiled first, it takes a while. So we're going to boil them for about 10 to 15 minutes until they got kind of soft. And then we're going to top them with our bell peppers. But well, you'll see all of that. I decided to just do 3 of these because they were a lot bigger than I thought. If you want to do the smaller pieces of potato as well, that works for you. Totally okay. Trust me, like your cook time just might vary. So next, I'm going to be putting this into the boiling water. I did add some salt into this water. If y'all can see, I'm struggling because I'm like, I'm not going to just drop this baby in there and then plop, you know, get all over myself. So I decided to just, you know, do it little by little. If you are afraid of this boiling water and you don't want to get burnt, please just put some on the spoon, drop them in the spoon. Drop like some potatoes on the spoon and then you can drop it in the water. You're going to be dancing like this. If you ain't afraid of a little danger, you know, do it my way. Next, we're gonna just continue our prep work so we don't have to do this later. I'm gonna cut 1/2 of a yellow bell pepper and a green bell pepper. If you have other ones, that's totally fine as well. This is just what I had on hand, so we're gonna use it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get them sliced. I know some people like theirs diced. Like I said, y'all already know how we do it here at Breeze Heat. It's your where I'm just living in it. I'm just here to give you the tools, ingredients, and all of that. And speaking of ingredients, y'all already know everything will be listed below in the caption for y'all. So yeah, we're just cutting this up nice and even. And I also went ahead and cut 1/2 of a white onion as well. No, actually, this is a yellow onion, y'all. I'm so sorry. This is a yellow onion. So I went and cut in half of that as well. So once my potatoes were nice and boiled, I went ahead and strained them. And I'm adding a little bit of Dan's seasoning on there. If you don't have any Dan's seasoning and you're interested in getting some, you can click my website and I have a link for that. They're also available in Kroger and Walmart, the seasoning flavor. If you're not a fan of seasoning, some all-purpose seasoning will work. Sprinkle a little bit of olive oil, and now I'm going to get into my cast iron. And from there, I'm going to top it with the bell peppers. We're going to put it in the oven for another 10 minutes while we get our steak and stuff going. And that's why I boiled them first, because I wanted to cook the steak, and I want everything to kind of be done at the same time. I didn't want to have to wait on the potatoes for so long, you know? Okay, I guess y'all know. But yeah, go ahead and do that. Like y'all can see, if I would have did that 4th potato, I wouldn't have had no room for nothing else in this cast iron, baby. I barely had room for what I had. So I sprinkled on a little bit more seasoning. Like I said, if you just want to use your favorite all-purpose seasoning, you can do that as well. This is for a sponsored Dan's post on my Instagram, so that's the reason I'm using my seasoning, and it's actually pretty good. So, you know, go ahead and try that if you're into like cheesy kind of tasting. It's kind of cheesy, but like also a really good depth and flavor of seasoning. So I'm going to go ahead and place those into the oven. They're on 375. And like I said, I'm just going to be doing that for the next 10 to 15 minutes while I get everything on my steak done. So I went ahead and sprinkled on some salt. I did pink Himalayan salt. Baby, they were trying to eat me up in the comments because we only had one type of salt in my mama's house. Like, use whatever salt works for y'all. Like, I'm not going to tell y'all what to do. I'm also using some Chicago steak seasoning. If you use steaks, if you cook steaks, baby, this is one season that you want to have. It really, 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 and I mean that many reallys, helps with like the sear of the steak. So I went ahead and pat it in and make sure they're both sides. Make sure you wash your hands in between so you're not cross-contaminating or getting anything, you know, that meat juice all up on your seasoning jars, because that's nasty. So we're going to sprinkle a heavy amount of olive oil. That's probably like 2 tablespoons. But once again, when y'all see the sear on this steak, Y'all can understand. And I did this with just regular olive oil. So if you have avocado oil or grapeseed oil, I definitely recommend using those because they have a really good burn temp, which helps with the steak. Mine is on the 6 right now. And I'm using 6 on my, well, 6 by 6, I mean on my stove. That's what temperature it's on. I'm doing this because I'm going to go for a more medium rare. So I did about 3 minutes on each side. So after 3 minutes, I flipped it, and baby, do y'all see that? Do you see the steer? Like, come on, y'all. That is immaculate. So I did another 3 minutes on the other side. Now, I went for more medium rare because I know I'm going to be popping this in the oven a little bit later. And we okay with a little pink. A lot of, you know, we don't really mind the pink. If you do mind the pink, turn your stove down to a 5 and let it cook for 4.5 minutes on each side. And that will do like a more medium well. But what we're going to do now is take it on out and let it rest. Baby, when you let your steak rest, that's how you get it nice and juicy. And if you want to do the sides, you know, you could do that as well. Sometimes I like to, you know, get the crust on the side because it just be looking good. You know, I don't be liking that pink, you know, on the outside. I need this to just be on the inside. I need my sear to look good, you know? So now we're about to get our eggs going. I just did about 3 eggs, cracked them, and then I added some heavy whipping cream. It gives my eggs a nice fluffy consistency. If you know, you know. If you've had my eggs, some people really love my eggs, y'all. And it's crazy because I do not eat eggs, but we're just going to go ahead and mix this up. I've learned that I like heavy whipping cream with it. Some people like to use milk. I've done that as well. But it also kind of like adds. So like if you only got 2 eggs and you're trying to make it stretch to look like 3, maybe add you some heavy whipping cream up in there. I ain't had no butter, so I don't want to hear nobody in the comments talking about why I'm making them in some oil. Baby, I ain't had no butter. And I was not finna go to the store in the middle of this video. I be doing that for my other videos, and I be tired. And I ain't doing that, okay? So I went ahead and got it on there and let it cook for about 2 minutes. And then I just mix it on up really well. This is on a medium to low heat, baby. Don't be cooking them eggs on no high heat. It ain't no reason. They gonna finish in like 3 minutes on the low heat. So you might as well do it the right way. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So go ahead, mix that on up. I added a little bit more of my Dano's cheese in it on there as well. Oh my gosh, is my elbow ashy? It's too late for all that. But anyway, just go ahead and mix it up. This is going to be really good for like brunches. You know, if you just really don't want to go out, you want to treat yourself in the house, this skillet is perfect for that. Y'all, it's so good. It is so good. Like that steak, that sear, that seasoning. Ooh, when y'all try it, y'all gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. So you see here that it is medium rare. If you don't eat medium rare, it's okay. You don't have to tell us that it's wrong because of your preference. You know what I'm saying? We're just going to do what we do. If you like it at a different temperature, you're going to continue to cook yours on a lower heat. You can cut out the excess fat. I like to do that for my dogs because they love it. But yeah, here I am. I'm sprinkling a little bit of more cheese. I just took these out the oven. So please do not burn y'all hand on that handle. If y'all need to, please keep the little handle grabber thingy, the mitt on there so you don't touch it or nothing. Because I've made that mistake before where you like accidentally touch it because you forgot that it just came out the oven. Baby, don't do that. So yeah, the extra piece gonna go on there, but we're gonna say the other piece for the dogs. Now this was a pretty like large meal, so we're gonna say this can probably do 2 people or one really hungry person. You know, if you like really hungry, it could do it because this cast iron is probably like 8 inches. I think it's a really small one, but it's my favorite. We're gonna top it off with some more cheese, and it's my favorite because like presentation wise, it just be looking fine. You know what I'm saying? And then I popped that in the oven. I kept it on 375, and then I just let the cheese melt. It took about 5 to 10 minutes, and boom. This is what it looks like. So easy, so simple, so cheesy, so delicious. And it's a Breeze Heat original. So like I said, if you want this recipe card, sign up for my newsletter. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. Subscribe to the YouTube, and see y'all next Friday.